So I guess with that, Dorian, we have to give a lot of thank yous. So I'll let you do that.
Yes. Well, again, first we have to, closing remarks. Here we go. We'd love to, our founding sponsor, CVS Health, without whom this would not be possible. Again, American Heart Association, Truth Initiative, Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids, Soda Technologies, Tobacco-Free Florida, Cancer Action Network, GlaxoSmithKline, Child Mind Institute, American Lung Association, Brown Strategies, and Vaping Prevention Resource, as well as all of our parent volunteers who gave their time to introduce the different sessions. And then all of our speakers, no one was paid. Everyone who came on did so as a volunteer. Here are the conference speakers. I can't go through the entire list, but again, we were so honored that, that all these amazing public health advocates and elected officials and federal officials would spend their time and talk about this incredibly important issue. And speaking of this incredibly important issue, we have a lot to go over tomorrow. So we hope you will join us.
Before we do that, I'm just going to very quickly, if you don't mind, just talk about some of the really important things that we heard today in case people didn't hear everything. And then I want, please tell us about tomorrow.
Everything's recorded. So if you missed anything, you can go on our website and click on it.
Right. I mean, Dorian moderated a really important conversation about the link between vaping and mental health with the CDC, the National Institute for Wellbeing, and the Truth Initiative. And Robin Koval of Truth told us parents are often at a loss because kids get addicted so quickly. A kid who seemed perfectly normal 2 weeks ago can be heavily addicted almost overnight. North Carolina Attorney General Josh Stein told us, quote, there may very well be a national settlement as it relates to Juul. In a really interesting conversation about vaping and the media with Stanford's Robert Jackler and Matt Myers of the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids, Matt said there's a role for parents to speak out to the Netflix of the world. And then in the last session with, we heard about distract and confuse tactics that the tobacco industry is using. Its endless monies, co-opting cultural and social justice arguments. Del Monte Jefferson of the Center for Black Health and Equity said, we need to make our communities aware of this playbook. And Stan Glantz, of course, just talked to us about the very serious health consequences. So there was a lot to digest. I learned a lot, and I'll let Dorian tell you about all the really important conversations we'll be having tomorrow.
Yeah, so there's a lot coming up tomorrow. We have a panel called Beyond Punishment, Alternative to Suspension and Restorative Approaches to School Policy. Something we hear over and over. If a child is caught vaping in school, what do you do? They need help. They don't need to be punished. Well, that's what we're going to discuss. So I'm not going to get into that now. Ethical investing, how to stop supporting the tobacco industry with your investments. Vapes or Trash is an initiative by Parents Against Vaping, and the director of that program, Vapes or Trash, Christina Curel, will be speaking with other environmental and tobacco researchers such as Jeremiah Mock, Max Tyree, and Hannah Robbins Bruce. We also have a federal regulatory update. We've talked about it quite a bit today in different sessions, but this will be kind of a very comprehensive approach. And then what about synthetic nicotine and all of these new products? So we'll talk about that. And then we have a youth session where kids will share their experiences and what they're experiencing on the ground. So a lot to come. I didn't even cover half of it, but I don't want to waste anyone's time, but you'll see tomorrow. And again, I think the most important, a lot of people have put in the chat this whole day, is about cessation. And that is in the afternoon tomorrow, youth treatment and cessation, clinical updates and options for families. And that we're incredibly excited for, because we have an amazing panel there who will talk about, different cessation options, things and things you might not know. So,
and if you have any questions about today or tomorrow, anything you need to get in touch with us about the event organizers, you can email us at education@parentsagainst-vaping.org. So thank you so much to everyone. I'm sorry we went a little bit over. We're exhausted. You probably are too, but we thank you for your time and your partnership, and let's keep fighting youth vaping together. Thank
Yes,
you.
and I also wanted to thank everyone who donated. We are a volunteer run empowered organization. And we'll see you all tomorrow. So thank you.
Thank you.